Hello, my crafty friends. Well, today we are going to play around with some metallic textures. And I have 4 different card ideas that I want to share with you that feature these fun little elements. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, I have 4 different card ideas to share with you that feature some of the brand new products from the September through December holiday mini catalog. But I also am going to showcase these new products with some fun little metallic texture rub-ons. So you might have missed these in the annual catalog, but they work perfect with the Traditions of Christmas suite from Stampin' Up. So the cards in this video feature these metallic texture rub-ons. So I'm going to show you how to use these. There are 2 of each of the sheets. So I've already used one to create some of the cards for today, so we'll use this one. But there's 2 of each sheet, and they're in gold and silver. And they're just a lot of fun to play with, and it makes it very simple to create some fun and beautiful cards. I will also be showcasing some of the products from the Traditions of Christmas suite, which is a new holiday mini catalog suite. So this is the stamp set that I used called Traditional Labels. And this particular stamp set comes as a bundle. So it also has a set of coordinating dies. And of course, I'm using some of the new pattern paper that is part of the Traditions of Christmas suite. However, feel free to use any supplies you have on hand with these metallic textures. All right, so first let's talk about these metallic textures. So they come in a full sheet, and what you'll want to do is just cut out the textures that you want to use. So for the cards that I'm making today, I'm just going to cut out the different elements that I used in these particular cards. So this is going to be for one. And then I'm using this very large kind of splatter image for another. And then this smaller splatter image, we'll cut this out. And then I'm going to be using these dots. So I'll have a few little images left over, but I just want to give you an idea of how to use these fun little texture elements in your card making. So basically what I'm going to do is just show you how to use the little texture element. I'm not going to walk you through all of the different measurements for each of the designer series paper pieces and things like that. You can get all the measurements for all 4 of these cards simply by downloading the tutorial. So I really want to focus on just showing you how to use these little metallic textures in your card making. All right, so for this first card, we're just going to start with a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white cardstock, and I pretty much use that for most of these cards. So we're going to start with this very long piece, and it actually has a backing on it. So once you cut out the element that you want to use, you just peel off that backing. And then you line this up on your card, and I'm just going to line it up over on the side here. And I'm just going to cut off some of the excess before we actually put this down. So we'll just cut off this part that overhangs. And then basically what you do is you just rub it on. You can rub it on with your finger, or you can use a bone folder. Either way, but I'll show you both. And then once you get it rubbed on, then you can go ahead and peel this off. And it just leaves a really beautiful little element that you can use to decorate your cards. So since we're using the Traditions of Christmas suite, that has all the little gold elements in it, I just thought this would be perfect. So now I'm just going to put the card together for you. All right, so that is all there is to it. Like I said, you can get all the measurements for this card in the tutorial. So it just gives a beautiful accent off whichever side of the card that you want to put it on. All right, for this card, we're going to use the larger little swoosh here, and we're going to put it off to the right side when we create this card. So again, you're going to peel this off and then just place this wherever you want it on your cardstock. And this time I'll use a bone folder, and you just want to smooth this out, push it down, and then you can peel this off. So how fun is that? All right, let's put this card together. All right, that's card number 2. And for this third card, we're going to play around with this smaller splatter image and use it kind of towards the top of our card. So this time I am starting with a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of white cardstock, and I've already stamped the greeting on the bottom. And then I'm just going to add this piece of pattern paper over the top, just so that I know how far to bring down my flower. So the flower is going to go right about here. And then this little splatter image, I'm actually going to cut off this little section. So we're going to cut right in between here, and we're going to use them in 2 parts. So one of them I want right about here. The other part I want right about here. So we'll put that on there, and then we'll take this off and put this right about here. And then we will peel these off. And then we can put our little bouquet kind of right in the middle. All right, so let's put this card together. All right, so that is card number 3. All right, and this last card idea, I just did a little bit of embossing with this new wreath embossing folder, and we're gonna do our little metallic textures right in the middle. All right, so here is our embossed piece of white cardstock, and we're just going to take our little metallic dots and set them right in the center, and this time we'll just kind of push them on. So let's go ahead and put this card together. All right, that's all there is to it. Okay, so there you go. Now you have 4 different very simple Christmas card ideas and a fun way that you can use some of these metallic texture rub-on elements in your card making. And if you enjoyed these card ideas, feel free to download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it with your friends. And leave me a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the cards shared here today. Have a fun and creative day, my friends. Take care.